My name is Joe Gallagher.
Ben Gallagher.
I am 27.
22. 2nd of August 2022.
1 to 100, that's a wide spectrum. I'd say 90. I'm just a happy guy. No, everything at the moment is going the way I want it to go. Obviously, everything with work's progressing well. Just got a house, yeah, so everything's going well, but I think you can always not always be happy, but you can always improve on anything, so there can be more things that make me happy.
$55. I just think everyone goes through stages where they're not feeling too good, not feeling too bad, and I think 55 is not feeling great, but still not feeling bad. There's a lot more work to do, and just like recently, just like a realization of there's a lot more work to do. But I'm not like down and depressed about it. I'm just like I've just got a lot more work to do.
Best things happen in my career, I'd say building a good team.
I would say the team we've built so far. When we first started Luxe Collective, I always used to bang on to Joe about, it's like, I can't wait until we get a team, I can't wait until we've got people. And it's even better than how I imagined it. And even the way it's turned out and is turning out and is transformed, it's like honestly crazy to think that this is how it is. In comparison to what my imagination was of how it was going to be.
What brings me joy? Going to the gym, exercising, going for walks with Poppy and the dog, and just progression in any kind of situation, whether it be work or progression in the gym or progression in running, anything like that. I think I'm addicted to progression.
I enjoy music, so I like playing my guitar. And do you know, like, people sit and watch movies and they just sit and watch movies to waste time. Like, they'll be on the phone and they're like, just watch movies and like just to pass time. I genuinely love watching movies. Like, I will sit there and like, cause like a fantasy of mine one day is to become an actor. So I watch like actors like Leonardo DiCaprio, Matthew McConaughey, Brad Pitt, and just like in awe of them, of how good they are at their craft. Like, I just respect so much like how much skill they have in one thing, and obviously I hope to have that in one thing as well. I just appreciate like acting so much.
I don't feel pressure at all, to be honest. The most stressful I've been, I'd say I've never really been stressed. I just don't get stressed. I just don't feel like I'm a stressful person. I always think positively, and the only time I get stressed is when I'm tired, really tired, so that I'm not thinking properly, because I know that I wouldn't be stressed if I was not tired. Do you know what I mean?
I would say yeah, but I would say it's more self-inflicted. Like, I overthink a lot. Like, although like sometimes I might seem like a very calm person, or like a very person that keeps myself to myself, and like I don't exploit loads or like exert loads of information out. Sometimes like I like to keep it in myself, but that's not good. Like, because I keep it to myself and it builds up and it builds unnecessary pressure. But I don't think, like, when I take a step back and look at it from a different perspective, I'm like, it's not actually pressure. It's just a built up thing that I've self-inflicted. So I'm good at understanding that, but I'm bad at building it up, if that makes sense. So it builds up to a stage where I have to take that step back, where in essence I shouldn't even have to take that step back to be like, oh, I'm feeling a lot of pressure. But yeah, I would say I feel a lot of pressure.
I'd say my mental health is good. It's always been good, but having a business with people who rely on me means that it keeps you like at the top. It's hard to explain. It's like it gives you purpose as well. I'm not really thinking about anything else other than where I want to get to and how I want people to think of me. So I'm always just like trying to improve. So I feel my mental health's in a good place. Purpose is a good thing.
I would say it's improved it. So when I was a kid, when I was in school, I didn't like school at all, and I was dead unhappy, like dead upset all the time. And it's kind of like since I've started the business, or since, not necessarily since the business has been doing well, but since the business has gone on a life of its own, in terms of like me and Joe both been full time, like it's what we do every day, and we've been doing it every day for the last 3 or 4 years. It's kind of improved it, because it's made me have like a sense of purpose and a sense of achievement and a sense of direction. So I'd say, if anything, it's improved it. It's made me a better person, and it's made me want to be a better person as well.
Free time, I'd say waking up early in the morning gives me more free time. That's why I do it. So my free time is before work, and I get home, I have tea, chill with Poppy for a bit, and I go to bed.
What time do you wake up?
5 o'clock every morning.
I used to say this point all the time. So when it was just me and Joe, I was like, we don't have any free time, we need to be working 24/7. But since we've hired people, like, and we've hired like really well in areas that I thought I'd always have to overlook and stuff like that, so like content and like photography, and like, because me and Joe used to do everything, and it was hard giving it away at first. We didn't think it would be as good. And now, like, when it gets to like 6, 7 o'clock, I've got, like, I genuinely do have free time, and I just don't know what to do, so I just go home and go to bed.
Me, I don't, because I'm not really on camera much, but that's how I like it, so it's not really applicable for me, that one.
Yeah, so obviously we've been like on the face of our TikTok, we've got like 925,000 followers at the time of this video. So yeah, obviously you get recognised a lot. I went to London Selfridges a few months back. That was crazy. Like, got stopped like 30, 40 times, like just speaking about the business, which was mad. And they weren't even like local in terms of like Liverpool, like they were from all over, like Birmingham, London, Glasgow, like they were all in London, they all recognised. And like it was just, like it wasn't like we clocked eyes or anything. Like most of the people would see me and then turn around or like walk up to me and be like, oh, I had to say hello, or oh, I love your business. And I was like, oh, you're that guy off TikTok. So obviously it feels good, innit? Yeah, very proud, because it's like massive. Like for me, that's a massive achievement.
Is that something you ever expected from starting a business?
No, not at all, because I didn't realise that, like, I didn't realise that social media could do that for a company. Like for a personal brand, yeah, but like for a company where all we were doing was trying to resell second-hand women's wear, I didn't expect that to happen at all. But now I know that it can do. It's like, I've had a taste for it, so I want to be even bigger, and I want to be known even more. Like I want to go to different countries and be recognised, but I want to be recognised everywhere I go in the UK as well, and I want people to know that I want to be known for Luxe Collective and what we've built and what we're going to build.
My favourite movie, wow. I really like Law Abiding Citizen, and I like all the life stories, like 8 Mile, 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying, and NWA, only because you can see what they were and then what they become, the journeys. And obviously quite recently we've seen the Elvis film. So like I said, I like progression, so you can see from the start what they started at and what they've become and what they became. Like Bohemian Rhapsody as well, I watched that recently. And you can see the journey's mad.
Would you ever want to be in a film, a viewing film?
Yeah, I'd want to be in a film. It'd be good. If I can get to a point where my life is worth watching, then it'll be good.
The Big Short. It's about the economic crash in the US in 2008, and it just basically tells you how fucked up the system is in America and how corrupt like the banking system is, and it's 100% the exact same in the UK. So when I'm watching it, it's like, I am happy I'm doing my own thing and I'm not working for anyone who has like control over me, or in terms of like they were manipulating people, and especially like working class people's lives, and I'm like, fuck that, I don't want to be involved in anything like that.
Why is that your favourite film?
Because it's interesting, it's so interesting, isn't it, Joe? Mm-hmm. It's so interesting.
Best friend, I don't think, it's hard. I don't really say I'd have a best friend. I think I have a close group of people. I don't think I could choose between them who my best friend is. I go to them for different things.
Like 1,000,000% Joe.
I think obviously I can speak to like family, but really, guidance-wise, me, Ben and Ollie kind of do it ourselves and like talk amongst us to see if we've got any problems or issues. We're doing it together and just like getting through it. So like creating our own guidance and just seeing what happens.
Definitely Joe and Ollie. We're around each other like all the time, and like we both have different strengths, and we all have different strengths, and we all have different weaknesses, and like definitely like relationship advice, whatever. Joe's in a relationship, Ollie's in a relationship. Maybe if it's different advice that I've got that they haven't, it's a great trio. It's a great trio.
Most important to me right now and always is to be happy.
Being fulfilled and finding meaning. I'd say at the moment I lack meaning. But I would say that's just being like completely honest. Like you said, you want it to be a biography in it, so you can look back in a few years. And I hope I look back next year and be like, oh, I'm glad I found it. But I'd say it's because I've gone from doing so much and being 24/7, having no weekends off, doing like the work, like photographing, uploading to the site, answering customers, like everything the business could, and now it's just everyone else does it. So it's now I have to find something else to indulge myself into, because doing the jobs like photography and uploading isn't going to grow the business. I need to go all in on something else, and I just need to find what that is. Team, like there was just four of us. It was me, Joe, Josh and Lou. So there was four of us, and now there's...
So I've increased it by about 10 people.
So like over 200%.
And 2 offices.
And another office, yeah. So 2 offices instead of 1.
A lot's happened in the space of the year.
We only started rapidly hiring from like September. It's like once a month after September.
People are very important.
People are very important.
Probably the most important part of your business. They're a reflection of you and how good you are.
Yeah, facts. I agree.
You got to hire the right people. People who fit the company. People who have similar interest, I'd say.
Yeah. But also like be open to other people. We've only had 2 questions and we spoke about people like in both of them, and I think that expresses how important they all are.
Because of the amount of time that it's given us to be able to do other things, hiring writers and bringing the right people.
And we are very, very, very lucky not to have hired anyone bad yet.
No.
Like we have had to like ask people to leave, but like in a nice way obviously, or like let people go just because it's just not been the right fit, and that's not a reflection on them or a reflection on us. It's just a reflection on where we want to take the brand, and if you're going to help us there. And if not, then that's not a bad thing. It's just not the right thing to do. I remember having to let that first person go.
Oh yeah, I'd say that's the most hard. That was the hardest point. I remember going upstairs speaking to Lou, and I was nervous doing it. Like, proper, like
you never normally.
I didn't think when you obviously we've seen that question before. I was like, I can't think of anything. And then that was hard. Like obviously because the person, like we got on and she was really nice, but it just wasn't the right fit, and we knew it wasn't the right fit, and it was the build up to having to, because people who are at the business now, we're tight knit, close. We sit close to each other all the time. We're always talking about different things. Obviously, me and Ben are kind of like not hype men, but we try and get the best out of everyone. So obviously, we're trying to get into knowing who they are, trying to make things better for them, how we can see how they can improve.
Be as open as possible, innit?
So when that got to that situation where we realised, like, for us moving forward on the business, that had to be done, it was very, very hard. I think if I did it again now, it would be a lot easier. But that first time, honestly, that's definitely the hardest part that's happened so far.
Yeah, that's amazing though. When you feel like that, that's when you know you got to jump in. And I still get like that now, and Joe still like pushes me to do stuff, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like in similar things, like whether it's with people external or whatever. So I'm like, nah, you can do that, Joe. I'll leave it up to you. But he's like, no, like this is, because it probably stems back to when you had to do that. It's like, no, you need to do it. You need to get it out of the way with. You need to like confront your fears. And I think when you get uncomfortable, that's when you're growing, and that's when you're showing development. And
you gotta get out your comfort zone.
You gotta get out your comfort zone, yeah. 925,000.
141,000. It's been that for the past year, that's why I know that one.
We do need to learn Instagram, but is it a waste of time?
TikTok and YouTube now
TikTok
are growing
and
faster
YouTube
than we...
is because we're really good as a company at video.
Yeah.
Do we need to start looking at Instagram?
Pictures more dead.
Maybe with influencers, but definitely not in terms of producing content.
Like this time last year, Instagram was one of the most important. Now it's TikTok and YouTube by far.
Yeah. 20,727.
That's easy.
What is it?
Menswear.
Menswear.
That is definitely something that we'll be doing.
Yeah. Is this as a company or personal?
Both.
I want to take a break from social media. Obviously not as the company, but like personally, I want to get off social media. I'm definitely addicted to it. 100% addicted to it. From like this interview, it's like kind of a therapy session for me, isn't it? I'm constantly on social media from the moment I get up, from the moment I go to bed. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
Also for work though.
It is for work as well,
and you're
but
building
it's
your personal
so
brand.
mentally draining. Because I honestly cannot stop myself from picking up my phone and checking socials. So I just want to see for myself if I can do like a month break or a 2-month break or a 3-month break. And if I can, then I know then I'm not addicted to it. Do you know what I mean?
Why don't you can actually set on your phone times where it won't let you go on it.
Yeah, probably should do.
You can set.
Business? Anything you want to embark?
Embark on men's, because I think maybe in the last one did we ever mention menswear? We don't want to do menswear. I think we said we want to focus on womenswear because we want to be the best at womenswear. I'm not saying we are the best at womenswear, but I'm saying we've got enough people to focus on womenswear that a few of us can move on to menswear
and not drop out the quality.
Not drop the quality of womenswear as well. Yeah, and I think in that moment
right,
it was definitely 100% right. There's 4 of us. We've tripled our team since then, maybe even quadrupled it, yeah, nearly.
Nearly quadrupled it, yeah.
So I think we can take on menswear.
As well as systems and...
Yeah, like back end is all good to go. And I think and I'm proud that we said that because it's like, we knew what we needed to focus on to get to where we are now.
But we knew we needed the people, we needed the right systems, and we needed to be organised, and we've got a lot better at that now.
Yeah.
So we're in a position where we can actually look
and kind of ready to take on a new challenge.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's a completely new market. There's different
buying habits,
different styles, different buying habits. We've got to know what's good, what's
it's another
not
risk as well, and it might not work, but we're only going to find out one way. Ever?
Yeah.
Just in life?
In life.
See, I've seen this question. I honestly...
Scariest thing I've ever done?
I can't think.
Because like starting a business wasn't scary.
No, it
was
felt
like
right.
a no-brainer.
Maybe that's something we need to do, something that'll scare us.
Yeah, maybe that is something we need to do.
I can't literally think of anything that I've been scared of doing. Literally nothing. Maybe I'm going to have to do a skydive.
I'll do
a skydive.
Should we do a skydive?
I'll do a skydive.
Yeah? We could do a skydive.
Yeah, do one. You can do one for charity, can't you? Or just do one for fun.
Yeah, let's do a skydive. Deal. Yeah, sad.
There we go.
We'll do a skydive. And I hate heights. I'm petrified of heights. Petrified. What if the parachute doesn't go off?
No, then you'd be even more scared, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd be dead.
We're in a very privileged position that we haven't really had to make many sacrifices. We started in a young age where we still lived at home. If it failed, it didn't matter. So we've come from a very privileged position to be able to not have to make sacrifices. I'd say the only sacrifice, if you can call it a sacrifice, yeah, is just time. When we did working 7 days a week for like a good 12 to 18 months. Yeah. But that isn't sacrifice because that's something we wanted to do.
Yeah. And I think for me, possibly, like I say this all the time when a lot of people ask me, it's like I kind of, because when I was probably mates, like got close with Joe when I was about 17, and I started going out with him at 17. So 17, 18, like all that going out phase, I was done for by the end of when I was 18. Like I didn't want any more, 19, whatever. So like all that phase, like all my mates going out and that, like them wanting to join me, I was like, oh, I've already done that as a kid. Like I don't want to go out now. So you could argue that going out with my mates is a sacrifice, but to be honest, if I'm being truly honest, I didn't even want to go out anyway, because like I said with Joe, I'd already been there and done that. But obviously there's definitely times where like they ask you out and you're kind of like, oh, should have did this, should have did that. But it's just choices. And obviously, if you continue to make good choices, then you're going to end up in a good place. Obviously, vice versa, if you make bad choices, you end up in a bad place. But yeah, in terms of like mad big sacrifices, like Joe said, very privileged position. Mum and dad always been very supportive.
Yeah, no sacrifices.
No major sacrifices, but I wish that they will come in the future, because then that will really test us, and what's life without getting tested?
That's why we're doing a skydive.
What would we have said on the last video? Maybe a classic
Chanel 19, I think I said.
Yeah. But do you know what I loved? And people don't actually like it. The one we sold at Christmas, the Chanel Puffer 19, the Chanel 19, the Puffer one,
the
grey one.
Bag rather than the
bag rather than the what? Yeah.
I'd say that Marshmallow. That's
really?
my favourite bag.
That only came in the other day as well.
Yeah, I just reckon that's boss. But like, obviously the Chanels are good to get in, but like that Louis Vuitton one, I've not seen a bag like that.
Yeah, this is cool.
And it is very cool, and there's not many about, so. Oh, there's one I've just remembered. So that Chanel, like the mint coloured one that came in. Oh no, not the lilac. The lilac one, yeah. That's because we see a lot of black ones. You don't see many ones that are out there colours, and that lilac one.
That lilac one was beautiful.
Yeah, very nice in the condition. So I'd probably say that over the marshmallows, to be fair, because I really like that colour.
Yeah, there's bags we've had in, and we won't even be able to think about now, and then someone will tell us, and we'll be like, oh shit, yeah.
I forgot we had that.
Yeah.
Chanel's probably.
Everyone, when a Chanel comes in, everyone in the office is like, get on the gloves, wait there, let's open it, and everyone stops what they're doing. Like Mini Kelly.
Yeah.
Just at the moment, I think the phase of Mini Kellys will die out, but like just a Kelly in general, or like the Mini Kellys at the moment.
I would have said Birkin a few months ago, but honestly, after I've seen Mini Kellys, I'd really want to see a Mini Kelly in person.
They're cute.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
Be patient.
I hope you're happy with where you're at.
That's cute.